I'm seeing a lot with founders, they're using AI to do a lot of dumb things really fast. How can we use AI to do the things that are the normal functions of the business way better, way faster?
Everybody will have an AI that is an assistant.
It really feels like my ChatGPT gets to know me.
Hermes Agent is one of the most powerful AI tools in the world right now.
Most people are using AI the completely wrong way. They're using it for building websites and voice agents and things that they actually don't need. The entire point of AI is to make you more productive. But funnily enough, most people use it in a way that makes them unproductive. Just because AI can do something doesn't mean that you should do it. And if you're looking for the next flashy thing to hit your dopamine, then this video isn't for you and you might as well click off. But if you want to use AI to actually become productive, then this will blow your mind. In this video, I'll show you how you can set up your own personal assistant that you would usually pay $4,000 to $5,000 a month for. I'll show you how you can do it in 10 minutes without needing to be technical. And I'll skip all of the fluff that you actually don't need. Let's not waste any more time, let's get into it. Let's start with the most important thing, which is the right setup. Most guides on YouTube show you complicated setups that requires you to be technical. But this video will be the exact opposite of that. Our personal assistant needs a computer that's turned on at all times. And that's what I've set up right here. And I'll show you how to do the same in 10 minutes. And it's literally a one-click install. And the entire setup will be done with our words, like chatting to ChatGPT. We can do that to host our virtual computer, and to set it up with only chatting, we're going to use this platform right here that's called abacus.ai. But we're not going to use the regular chat. We're going to set up our own computer. We do that by just going top left into supercomputer. And don't worry, there's a terminal here on the right hand side, but we won't really be using that. Now we have a virtual computer that lives somewhere else, which means we can have it so it's always on. That becomes very crucial later when we set up the personal assistant. When you're on this page right here, then it's literally a 10-minute setup and it's a one-click install. You've probably heard about OpenClaw or maybe also Hermes Agents. Right now, OpenClaw is kind of dead, and the best personal assistant you can have right now, in my opinion, is Hermes Agents. So we can just click on this and you can see it says set up Hermes Agents, and right off the bat we're gonna have AI credits, we're gonna have web search, and I'll also show you later in this video how we can add our own OpenAI account to have really cheap AI credits. That is crucial when you want to run this. Another thing that's important is that we want to turn on this right here, which is to have our computer always on. We want to be able to text our personal assistant in the middle of the night and still have it respond. So I'm going to turn enable always on, click continue, and then click next. And now you can see it says setting up the agent. It takes 30 to 60 seconds. And now we are done. Usually setting up a virtual machine and installing Hermes would take you maybe 30 minutes to an hour. We did it in one click. But if you get this next thing wrong, then your credits are going to cost you 10 times as much. We want access to the best models possible without having to pay a ton for credits. Let me show you the best possible setup. Click on this little Hermes icon right here, and what you'll be able to see is that you can either configure it with Claude or with the Codex CLI. What's worth knowing, however, is that Claude recently changed it, so you cannot use your Claude subscription. You need to pay for an API key, which means Claude is no longer valid. Instead, we're going to use the Codex CLI, so click on that, and now you can see it says sign into OpenAI Codex. It's going to give us a URL, which is this one right here. So we're going to copy this, place it into our browser where we are logged into ChatGPT. Gonna log in with this account right here. If it's not enabled on your ChatGPT account already, you need to click right here. It's going to open the settings panel, scroll all the way down and turn on enable device code authorization, just like this. And now go to this link again and it should work. Click continue. And now you can see we need to insert the code, which is this code that we've gotten right here. So I'm going to copy this, paste it in, continue. And there we go, signed into Codex. And if we go back, you can see it says added OpenAI Codex OAuth credentials, just like that. We can then click next, and now it's setting up the Codex CLI. Basically, the way this works is that it's now going to use our ChatGPT Plus subscription and all the credits that is connected to that, and you have a lot of credits inside of your regular ChatGPT subscription. So if you have one already, I'll highly recommend that you use the Codex CLI. Now we can enter full screen right here, which is going to open up the full screen for the Hermes agent. And the next thing we want to do is, of course, switch the model to use our OAuth instead. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say, please use the model GPT 5.6 and change the model so it uses our Codex authentication CLI. Code type is going to improve that prompt. Write it in like this. We can now hit enter. You can now see that the model it's using is GPT 5.5. And if I go to this section right here where it says model, I can choose whatever GPT model that I want to use. Like if I wanted to do something extensive, I could use the newest 5.6 Soul model and switch to that if I wanted to. And you can see this is using the OpenAI Codex that we authenticated with, which gives us a lot of credits. This is the best way that you can set up your personal assistant without having to pay $200 a month for Claude. Now we're ready to build out our personal agent so it can actually do stuff. Very excited about this. A mistake that many beginners make is that they create an agent, but it lives on their computer, which also means that they can only use it when they are sitting at their computer. But the idea of having a personal AI assistant is that it runs all the time, and you can send it an idea at the middle of the night from your phone, and it'll pick it up and actually do something. But the entire idea of a personal AI assistant is that you can send it a message in the middle of the night from your phone with an idea that you have. So we need to do a bit more setup, but don't worry, it is really simple. We can just say, please enable Telegram so I can contact my agent from Telegram. I'm just going to dictate this instead, and then we hit enter. And because we already have a pre-built Telegram integration inside of the Hermes agent, we can now enable Telegram very quickly and run it all from our phone. It's going to ask you permission to run this command, so we can use our arrow keys to go down and say allow in this session, and then hit enter. And now I can see it says, to enable Telegram, I need your Telegram bot token from botfather and the Telegram user ID. I'll of course show you how to get that. From your phone on Telegram, search up botfather, and this is the account that's used for creating Telegram bots. Now write / and then new bot like this. It now says, all right, a new bot. How are we going to call it? Please choose a name for your bot. I'm going to call it WordyBot, and then hit enter. You can see we need it to be low capital, like WordyBot like this. That name was taken. We can try it like this. Also taken. Maybe just do it like this. Albot Assistant Bot. Everything's taken. Do it in just one word. There we go. And now it says, done. Congratulations on your new bot. You'll find it at, and then you have the link. And now we need this token right here, which is token so only we can access it. So we're gonna copy this token, and then inside of the Telegram we can paste it in here and say this is the token, and then just hit enter. It's now going to use the secret token and set it up so only we can contact our agent, which is very important for security. Last thing you want to do is give it your Telegram ID, and when it's done, it's going to set up Telegram for you. And the last thing you need to do is that you just need to go to your bot and click start like this. Next thing you want to do is that you want to search up user info bot and click this one right here, and then just click start, and that's going to give you the numeric user ID. And that is all we need to do. The agent is now going to set all of this up for itself, so we can very soon contact it from Telegram. There we go. Telegram is now enabled and verified, and now I received a notification, and there we go. Hermes Telegram gateway is connected. You can now message this bot to reach your agent. We can write, hey, can you hear me? And you can see we receive a response, yes, I can hear you. Now we can contact our personal assistant anytime from Telegram. Isn't that cool? This becomes crucial for the later parts of this setup. This next trick will literally save you hours, because you don't only want to be texting your voice agent. You also want to be able to send voice messages with long ideas that you have, and you want the agent to be able to understand all of that. You could either have something like a local whisper model. However, for the most accurate and fast results, I recommend using something like 11 Labs. Just go to the 11 API, click API keys, create a new key, and I'm gonna call this Hermes Agent, and then I'm gonna unrestrict the key and create an API key like this. Now we can copy this API key, go back into our Hermes Agent, go into keys, and then I'll just search for the 11 Labs API key, and we can set it, paste this in, and click save key. There we go. Now we want to create a new chat session just by clicking new chat, and then I'm going to say I just added a 11 Labs API key. I want to enable voice messages for Telegram, and I want to use the scribe API from 11 Labs to transcribe the messages so you also understand those. Can you please set that up? Thank you. That's going to improve the prompt, write it in like this, and now we can hit enter. And the thing that's so cool about these personal AI assistants is that I can literally just tell it to improve itself, and it does it. One thing that's very important is that when you add your API keys is that you do it through the keys tab right here. You never want to give your API key directly to the AI. It's much more safe doing it the way that I showed you. It asks us for approval, so we can say allow for this session and hit enter, and it's going to build out this entire integration itself. Awesome, this is now fixed. I can see that it just sent me a message right here where it actually sent me a voice message.
Voice messaging and 11 Labs. Scribe transcription are now enabled.
That's cool and all, however, I want to receive text and then be able to send the voice messages, right? So I'll just say, please enable it so I can send voice messages and you understand, but you respond back with regular text. Paste that in. This should just be an easy setting change and then we should be good. There we go, this is now set up. I can now send a voice message. Hello, can you hear what I'm saying? Hello, can you hear what I'm saying? It says it back, but we want it to be able to respond, of course. And there we have it. Yes, I can hear hear your message clearly. Hello, can you hear what I'm saying? It's a good idea. We could also disable it if we don't want to, so we can actually hear, like, we can see what it wrote. But I actually kind of like it because if, for example, the transcription gets something wrong, I have time to change it. If it doesn't do this, then I don't know if it gets something wrong. Perfect. Now Telegram is enabled as well, and I can close down this tab right here because this is running at all times, and we have an agent that's live that I can message from my phone at any time. But this is where it gets really interesting because now we have the base set up. It's time to actually give our AI capabilities so it can do stuff for us. Let's get into it. Now comes the most important part of this entire setup, which is setting up our agent with the things that we actually want to automate and the things we actually want it to do. And this is the exact way that you actually become productive using AI instead of unproductive. And I'll show you a tool, one tool that will allow you to integrate into absolutely everything, all the tools that you use. First thing we're going to do is that we're going to go inside of keys, and then we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom where it says custom keys. I'm going to write Composio and then underscore API, and then we can click add. And here we need to insert a value. Now go to composio.dev, and what Composio basically is that it's a way to give your AI access to a bunch of different tools, and we can get started completely for free. When you've created a user, then you go inside of API keys on the left hand side, you click create API key, and I'm going to call this Hermes Agent. I'm going to allow it to write all and then click create, and this gives us an API key right here that we can copy and then go back into our Hermes Agent, paste this in and click save. There you go, Composio API key is now saved. Now we go inside of chat, I'm going to create a new session, and then we're going to integrate into our first tool. All I have to do is literally just say, I want to give my agent access to Gmail as well. And I want to do that through the Composio API. I've added an API key that we can use. Set it up and give me a link so I can authenticate with my Gmail, and so we can reply to all of my emails with the Hermes Agent. This will now improve the prompt. I'm going to code type it. It's going to write it out, and then we're going to hit enter. While it's doing that, let me show you a bit about what we can do with Composio. Composio basically allows you to integrate agents into a bunch of apps like Gmail, Google Calendar, Slack, GitHub. There's a bunch of integrations that you can integrate with basically all of the tools that you use, and they have around 1,000 apps inside of here. So by using Composio, we only need to have one API key, and then we can give our agent access to all of the tools that it needs. You can see it's asking for approval right here. We're going to say allow for this session, and it's now going to set everything up for us and help us connect our Gmail via the Composio API. There we go. Now it has set up Composio. So what we need to do is that we need to click on this link that it has given us right here and click continue. We can check the link that it is Composio. It says that it blocked the pop-ups. I'm just going to click allow pop-ups and redirects. Done. Can click the link again, click open. Now it opens up this link right here where we can authenticate with our Google account. So I can just click continue, and then I can give it access to everything that it needs and click continue again. And Composio allows it to give it access in a secure way. It basically manages the connection for us. So we can close this down, and I can go back, and now I can say, I just connected my Gmail. Can you please check if the connection works like it should? And just dictate that in, hit enter. And now let's see if it has the right access. It should have, because we just logged in. And there we go. You can see it is now connected successfully. So now we can create a new chat, and I'm going to change the model to be a little faster. And now we can say, can you please check the latest emails that I've gotten? Hit enter. And because we have connected it to our Gmail, it will now be able to do just that. You can see it's using the Composio MCP to fetch our emails. And now we can show the latest emails that we just received. And now we can just connect all of the tools that we are using via Composio. So I can say, I also want to add my Google Calendar as well, also via the Composio setup. Can we please fix that too? Paste that in, hit enter, and it's now going to create the Composio connection as well. There we go. Just like before, it's going to give us this link that we can open and authenticate our Google Calendar. So just like before, I'm going to authenticate and click continue. And there we go, successfully connected. And if we go back, we can now say, I just connected it. Can you check that the connection is still active? Hit enter, and it should come back and I'll say that it can see the connection. And there we go. Now we have also connected our Google Calendar. And this is where it becomes magical. We can now create a new chat, and then we can say, every single morning at 9 a.m., I want you to check my calendar and my emails and give me a short daily briefing of exactly what I'm doing today, and send that to me on Telegram. Please use the Composio connection for this. Thank you. And then we can hit enter. And the great thing about Hermes Agents is that it can create jobs for itself. This computer that we're on right now never turns off, which means that it's always on. What's going to happen now is that the Hermes Agent can give a job to itself at 9 a.m. every single day to finish some task. And this becomes extremely useful for every single thing that you want to automate. Just by knowing how to do this, you can connect the exact tools that you want through Composio. You can tell the agent that you want to do this and this and this, and it's not going to build it out for you. I hope you start to see the power of this. Just by knowing this, just by using natural language, you can automate anything that you want. And there we have it. You can now see it says scheduled successfully every day at 9 a.m. It's going to give us this daily calendar and email briefing. So to test it, we can literally just ask it, please run a test of the daily brief for today. Hit enter. And now hopefully we should receive a Telegram message with the daily briefing of today. And there we go. On my phone, we just received our daily calendar and email briefing. I can see what things I have to do today. I can see the unread emails, absolutely all of that. How cool is that? I hope you see the power of this, because when you know how to do these two things, one, connect any tool via Composio, and two, how to set up a cron job like we just did right here, which is basically just a scheduled task, then you can automate anything in your life. But what should you actually automate? Most people, when they get access to tools like Cloud Code and like the AI models, they start building stuff that they otherwise wouldn't need. Like they start building a new website, or they build some flashy voice agent that can do some random thing. That is not how you should use AI, and that actually makes AI unproductive for you instead of productive. If you're running a business right now, and let's just take an example, you are selling pens, you don't want to automate things that don't help you sell more pens. You want to take a look at all the things that are not selling pens, and that's the things that you want to automate. So you checking your emails in the morning, that's something you can automate. You checking your calendar, something you can automate. Your invoicing process, your onboarding process. With this setup you have right here that is running 24/7, you can literally just talk to your phone and say, please onboard this client, they are inside of our CRM, send them the contract, thank you. And then that entire process that would usually take you 10 to 15 minutes, opening up the laptop, doing everything, done the right way every single time. That is the power of learning how to set this up. But now it's your turn. Don't let this video be another one of the videos that you watch on YouTube but never actually take action on. Go set up your own personal agent and automate the things that actually moves the needle in your business. If you want more tips and tricks about how you can build a business with AI, then you can check out our community. There's 165,000 members inside of here right now, and you can start on a completely free trial. Charlie just closed a $3,500 a month AI automation client from the things you learned inside of the community. Inside of here, you also have all my cloud skills and training on how you build with AI. I'll leave a link for that right below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Albert out.